Good evening, students. Today we will discuss about functions or methods. Function is a named block that performs a specific task. Means when we write some coding, we can give name to that coding so that coding can be used anytime, anywhere in the program. Like some example, suppose I want to check a triangle is valid or not. So for that we can make a function like this way, void validity int a, int b, int c, three arguments, and we can check if a plus b plus c is equal to 180 and a greater than 0 and b greater than 0 and c greater than 0, triangle is valid, else not valid. So you can see, as per the definition, function is a named block, means some block is there, okay, name is given, validity, and that performs a specific task. Like this function validity will check whether the triangle is valid or not. Whenever you will call this function, it will tell the triangle is valid or not. So this is the advantage. Once the function is defined, it can be used any number of times. And how to use it? Just for using it, you will write name of the function and three arguments value, a, b, c, all are int type. So you can write directly value or you can write in the form of variables. So this is just one example. Like this way, whenever you will call this function using three different values, it will tell whether the triangle is valid or not. So this is the way we can make a function. So basically there are two types of function. One is a predefined or library functions. Like Java provides various predefined or library functions like pow, sqrt, seal, float, next int, next double. Here we are talking basically about user defined function. So how to define a function? Okay, there is a proper syntax for defining a function. For defining a function, basically we write first ss specifier, then return type, function name, argument list, and then body of the function. So this is a general format or syntax for defining a function. There different elements are there, one by one we will discuss. The whole function is defined basically in two components. One is the function header and one is the body of the function. This first line is known as function header. That is also known as function prototype. So in function header you can see different elements are there. One by one we discuss. What is the SS specifier? SS specifier it determines SS level of a function. That means visibility of the function, up to which program region the function is visible or accessible. So that can be determined by different specifiers like private, protected, public. Means if we use before any function private specifier, that has different meaning. If you use protected, that has different meaning, and if you use public, that has different meaning. Okay. So private specifier means the function is accessible only within the same class where it is defined. That means the scope of the function is limited to a class. Protected specifier means the function can be used in the same class and in its derived classes. If we are using concept of inheritance to make a derived class, the protected members can be used in derived also and as well as in the same class. Public functions can be used from any place. Okay. Moreover, this access specifier is optional. If we don't write, then it is called default specifier or friendly specifier. default or friendly specifier. Like in the previous example you have seen void validity, we have not written any specifier. So according to that, that is of which type? Default type. So a function with the default specifier can be used only within the same package or same project. It cannot be used outside. So here four different specifiers are there. Private can be used within same class, protected is saving and derived class, public from any class, and default means within same project. Now return type. Return type of a function may be any valid data type, and writing return type is compulsory. Without return type we cannot make a function. So when a function is designed for checking or for printing something, so generally we don't return any value. That time we write void before the function name. And if the function is designed for some calculation, so in place of void we write some data type int, double, float, char, boolean, any data type. So writing return type is compulsory, either void or any data type. Like in that example you have seen, that is void validity. That means the function will not return a value. That's why we have written void. When a function returns a value in place of void, we write int, double or any data type. When the function is of return type, that answer can be shared by some other function. But when the function is of void type, the answer can be printed only on the screen. But that final answer cannot be shared by the other function. So this is the main difference. So whether we have to make a function with return type or without return type. If with return type is there, you will write data type, and if no return type is there, void. Function name, that is also compulsory. Function name is any valid identifier. As you know, identifier means the name given by the programmer to the different parts of the program, like class name, variable name, object name, all are identifier. Function name is also identifier, and for giving function name we have to follow different identifier forming rule, like no function name will begin with a digit, it cannot be a keyword, space is not allowed, like this way. All the rules which we follow for identifier, that we will follow in the function name. So function name is compulsory. Now argument list, this is also optional. Argument list means the value required by the function. Some function does not need any value. Okay. For example, if you have to print your name only in a function, so you don't need any argument. But you are designing a function to print your name n times, and n is given by the user. So then you need argument. So function may or may not have argument. If function is having argument, so here we will write each argument with the data type. Like in previous example, we have seen 3 arguments are there of int type. And if the function is not having any argument, so this list may be empty. So out of these 4 elements in the first line, the first and last is optional, and second and third is compulsory. Okay. And this full line is known as function header or prototype. And this body is known as definition. Okay. So body of the function means the statements which are required to complete the task. That is known as body of the function. The body of the function may be 1 or 2 line or 5 line. It depends for what purpose you are designing the function.